This is either going to be a gajillion times fun, or it's going to be super painful to actually go through and do all the paying attention to this. Oh. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm John, and today we are going to be playing some more Diablo. Let me get right into it. I forgot to click the button. All right. Now, what we're going to be doing this video is I'm going to be doing some damage testing. It's not the fact that I don't know what does what, but I wanted to sit down and actually do some of my own personal damage testing of my build and kind of what goes on, and I wanted to record it, that way I could watch it back. So this is kind of a video for me. It's a video for me to figure out kind of what does what and what does the most damage, because I'm trying to figure out if I want to do shadow minions or if I want to just continue with my chilled minions. For the does the vulnerability damage, the vulnerable damage, do enough to make some things obsolete? So first things first, we're going to focus on skirmishers. We're gonna sacrifice and do that one because it doesn't affect stats. Okay, so I'm looking at this. There's a couple 87,000s in there, 30,000s, 23,000s, and there's a 90k. So just no buff raw damage whenever they do their wind-up attack. They're looking at about, yeah, so about 100,000, around 100,000 for their wind-up, and everything else is just a casual damage number. All right. Okay, 23. So we're looking at 15 to 23,000, or to 30,000 damage just for that. So we're gonna do, okay, pop the 4. Alright, now this is dangerous because they're also going to be getting an increased amount of shadow damage. But this one, these bad boys are hitting about, oh, wait, there's a damage buff. I'm seeing about 40 to 60,000, but again, they're also getting a damage buff. Yeah, we're not counting that. Alright, let's see here. It's more average damage, so it's more like when they crit, it hits an easy 60,000, but everything else is more 30 to about 20 to 60, about 20 to 60,000 damage. I actually think that the play is we do the Reapers, because when they hit their wind-up attack, because they hit it sooner, that's could be 100,000 damage every 7 seconds per. So that could come up to, what, that's 700,000 damage just off rip. And that's not including any of the buffs that I can apply to them, which my 4 buffs my team, and the empowering buffs my team too. So I think for minions for damage, we're gonna do this, the Reapers. It's kind of ironic. We're gonna do, perfect. All right, now we're gonna do Shadow. I think, oh, I took off all of the, too bad there's not like a spot I could just spawn them in. With just some shadow damage, we're looking at about 61,000 for something, and I'm seeing 170. Holy shit. What is hitting 200,000 damage? Is it the Blizzard? I don't think it's the Blizzard. That is, they're hitting 100,000 per shot. They're hitting 100,000 crit per shot. Like, we're looking at probably about 60 to 200,000 damage off of just the, yeah, the increased in shadow, increased damage for each shadow mage. So that's, I don't know how that's, if that's this one right here that's increasing that damage, but all right, we'll do this one. So 60 to about 200,000 is what we're looking at. So the Blizzard was doing about 10 to 60,000. Oh my god. It's not even close. That extra damage per Shadow Mage increases my DPS times 2. I guess 100% by 100. Like times, I doubles my damage. It doubles my damage. That is insane. That is insane. Okay, now the big one that I'm very curious about is my vulnerable damage. I think this is my question is, would my team still do the same amount of damage with the vulnerability? Because vulnerable is good, I know that for a fact, but how good is it? I'm seeing some. I just saw a 300,000 button pop up. Okay, so the least amount of damage is casting multiple shadow bolts. The multiple shadow bolts, that's how you lower your numbers. I would say that for my damage, I need to do. Well, we'll check out bone. We'll do this one. We'll check out one bone mage and we'll see how bone mage works. Just real quick, just for shits and giggles. So, I think I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little close. Because bone mages, my bone mages, they're hitting crits of 200,000. However, I feel like this hasn't hit the peak. Oh wait, it literally. Okay, we can't, hold on. So, I don't know, guys. I actually think that the play is going to be... Okay, the thing that does the most damage for mages is... It's going to be the bone mages. And I think out of the two, the best thing to do would be each time a bone mage dies, they leave behind a corpse. Their attacks fortify you for 3% of your maximum life. So I feel like this is the most DPS... you can do with your mages. Let's clear up everything. Shadow does a little bit less damage, but it's also because they're getting affected by a plus with the chilled with the blizzard. So this one does the most. We're gonna do this one just because this one does like a little bit more damage and it's just not worth it in the end. So we figured out, so right here we're gonna do Reaper Warriors, and then we're gonna do 3 times increased damage for each Shadow Mage, which means I'm gonna change my action bar to doing more debuffs than buffs. I'm not gonna focus on the damage I can do, I'm gonna focus on making it so my minions can maximize their DPS at a sacrifice for my own damage. So I will have to add a corpse, or a curse, onto my build. Okay, so this one, we're gonna start with the bone golem. This one's gonna be tough because this one is gonna be, I have to wait for them to, this one's gonna probably be like 10 minutes because I have to add everything. So I have to do it this way. Okay. About 800, 200,000. About each hit does about a guaranteed 100,000 at minimum. We're looking at 200 to 300,000 damage, just in general. 100 to 300,000. Okay, I feel like that's safe. My thing is, the only question I have is with the blood golem, with this ability, how much more damage is it? That's my only question. If it just surpasses everything, then I think I know which one I'll bring. The slam does about 100,000 damage. We're looking at, with the second attack, no buffs, no nothing. We're looking at 700,000 damage if it just crits. That can be pushed to a, I can easily push that. Actually, I'll show you. I'll push it to 1 million right now. I just pushed it to 1 million. Oh, shit. And I can increase it more. I can actually increase it more than that 1 million that I just did. But I don't have the ability on. Hold on. I can't. That was just a casual 1 million right there. He just hit 1 million. And with the, okay, so 700,000 is what we're looking for damage-wise. Okay, so the only question is, does the bolstering of itself increase the damage that the golem can do exponentially, or is it just like a small little bit? Then I think I know exactly what the build's gonna be. And don't forget, I haven't applied any of my personal buffs towards everything, which is the Skeletal Priest, Empowering, and my 4 empowers and a couple other things. So we haven't technically applied a maximum amount of buffs, but we will go whenever we figure out what's the best combination. We're gonna combine those groups together, and I'm gonna see if I can fight like a boss or something, and I think that'll be the maximum amount of damage I can possibly do towards that boss. So that was over 1.4 million damage. My 4 did over 1.4 million damage with the press of a button. It casually does 1 million damage. The 4 is worth it alone, but he's not doing nearly enough damage. I guess the only question I have is it all depends on how much damage I'm willing to do with the click of a button or with consistency. Because if I want to do damage with just the click of a button, then I need to use the blood golem, because that's 14, that's a lot. 1.4 mil damage with just this. And they're hitting about 200,000 per hit. But this one, this is where the real damage comes in because of the consistency of it. And I think the consistency of the damage is probably something that's going to be more, that's going to affect the team and myself more than, like, it's good that that did 1.4 million damage, but this also applies different negative effects, and it would put a lot less pressure on me to maximize everything towards my build. I think the blood golem might be the play. Every 2 hits, it does about 1 million damage, though. It's about 1 million damage every 2 hits. Every 3 hits. Subtract that by this. Yeah, okay, this one's the one. So then we do this one. And then we're gonna do this one. Alright, this will be my maximum DPS that I can do right now. Not necessarily the maximum, but this is going to be the DPS that really puts me on the map here. Okay, so when it comes to abilities, now what we're going to have to do is I am going to take the advice that somebody put in my comment section and say that I should probably focus on some curses, just because it does deal more damage, but I want to keep the shadow. So I'm assuming what he was trying to insinuate is that blight is what I want to keep, but I also want to do decrepify because of the buffs that I get here. I'm gonna keep decompose, but I will get rid of sever. It is a big thing for my DPS. Well, what if I get rid of decompose? Nah, that's not gonna be enough, man. I don't know. Oh wait, we're not even looking at the damage. Oh yeah, hold on. We're gonna do a boss training dummy. I'm seeing some 900,000 damage. I know what we'll do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slap that there. Slap that there. And there. That will change. I'm seeing just 400,000, some 50Ks, but I mean, I'm seeing some big damage numbers in here. The only thing I don't like is I am seeing some oh, I think it's my warriors, my skeletal warriors. Man, I'm so invested in the damage numbers themselves. I'm looking at 50, 60, 30. But whenever they do their wind-up attack, yeah, when they hit their wind-up attack, it's 100,000 damage. Alright, cool. This is the army I need to use. Alright, I figured it out. Now it's just about fixing a couple small things with my stats. But these are kind of the damage numbers we're working with. That way you guys can kind of understand. My mages are on the lowest, but I think I'm gonna go through right now alone and just change the damage from between my golem to my mages, and I'm gonna kind of like, and then one of the stats up here. Yeah, I might remove this and then change it to mages. Because I think, honestly, mages probably do the most damage in the game. And I kind of want them to... Okay, boom. That's better. Aha. That's way nicer. And that means... Wow. And that's just increasing my damage to elites now. That's insane. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this one. I won here. And then this one is... my golem's damage. Hell yeah. Okay. That took me a second going through and editing that. This is going to be a video talking about the details of my build. That way, not even talking about the details, but kind of working out some of the kinks and everything. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed a noob's perspective on changing up some stuff for my build. Remember, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to like and comment some things. Yeah, no, I'm sorry it took so long. If this was boring, I'm sorry, but I think I needed to do it and I needed to record it, and this is nice. I'm really glad I did this. Have a blessed rest of your day, you guys. Stay safe. Remember, you matter. Join the Discord, and my Instagram is down at the bottom too, and don't forget to support the music. Take care now. Bye-bye then.